Hello everyone, welcome back. This is 2019, on January 2nd, we just reopened. I wanted to brief you on some of the new things that are going on at Impact. First of all, we have some new policies. We're getting so crowded and the hallways are getting congested with everybody moving about. We have to maintain control of our children. You got to make sure that you're keeping an eye on them. That way it maintains the safety of the staff and the students. So from here on out, please make sure that your child is in their uniform and sitting on the mats. When the classes are going on, they can sit on the mats anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes before their class begins. This way, it ensures their discipline and they'll stay focused before their next class begins. January 15th, we're starting a new launch of our fitness kickboxing program. If you are a parent, you can take this program free. Now, as a parent, you get one program that you get to take for free completely on us. We'd love to have you take it. You just got to pick one. Now, if you're already in a program and you would like to do this program, it's only an additional $25 per month. So if you would like to take the program or multiple programs, come see one of us at the front desk and we can sign you up. For January 19th, we have a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu master. He's going to come in and he's teaching a seminar. He's also like a champion, has done many different bouts in grappling. It's trained by Sean Hammonds, which is the group that we're affiliated with. It's happening on the 19th, and it'll be a seminar from beginners to advanced people. So if you're interested in doing this and learning a little bit more about the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, this would be a great time. And that will be from noon till 3 o'clock. Now, the cost for non-members is only $45, but if you're a member of Impact, it's only $35 for the 3-hour session. But you got to sign up quickly so we know how many people are coming. So that's January 19th. On January 25th, we have our next Parents' Night Out. The announcement for that is just going to be our New Year bash. So of course we'll feed the kids. We have martial art games and activities, and you drop them off from 7 till 10 o'clock at night. So that way parents can get a little break from their children and go out on a date night. Don't worry, the kids will be watched by the most lethal, deadliest babysitters in town for sure. I also wanted to talk to you about your New Year's resolutions and some of your New Year's goals. So I wanted to tell you how to make sure that if you are trying to set some goals, how to achieve those goals in the new year. So number one, you need 3 things in order to be successful at anything that you do. Number one is, of course, you got to set goals. Goals are extremely important. Number 2 is you got to have discipline. Now, number 3 is you got to have energy in order to achieve these goals. Now, starting back with goals, in order to have a defined set of goals, you got to have a clear goal, a clear destination that's measurable and achievable. So clear that even a child could know what your goals are. The more clear and the more precise you are with your goals, the more likely you are to achieve them. Number 2, you've got to make a plan for every step of the way. Remember, it has to be measurable and it has to be trackable. If you make a plan that's small and simple, it makes it easy enough that anybody can track or anybody can implement. You want to make sure that you are doing the right things to make sure that you are following through with your step-by-step action plan. Very important. Number 3, deadline. If you don't put it down in the calendar, it will not happen. Make sure that you fill up your calendar with as much stuff in your plan as possible. This will make it easy for you to wake up in the morning and look at your calendar and see exactly what it is that you have to accomplish. These are parts of setting goals. Number 2 is discipline. Discipline is also extremely important when it comes to achieving your goals. You want to make sure that you do what you're supposed to do, whether you feel like it or not. Sometimes we wake up in the morning and it's like, oh, I don't want to hit the gym. Oh, my neck, my back, my feet, or whatever it is. And then you just write it off. Most people by this point, January 15th, cancel out their goals. They don't set any New Year's resolutions or anything because they don't follow through. You need to have discipline. It's only the 3rd, but regardless, by the 15th, 90% of the people that set goals quit them. Don't let that be you. Matter of fact, if you're watching this video right now, you're probably not like those people. But don't become one of those people and give up on your goals and your dreams. You want to make sure that you follow through. So the next thing that we do is you need to make sure that you have a sacrifice. You got to give up certain things. Sacrificing some things out of your life, like maybe Netflix or sitting down and staying on your phone all the time and just scrolling through the Facebook feeds. I mean, those things you can sacrifice to achieve some new things that are going to help you prosper in 2019. Now, here's the thing. Did you know that the average attention span of an adult male, or just anybody, any adult, is about 5 seconds? The average attention span of a goldfish is 6 seconds. So we are competing with goldfish. If you can have an attention span longer than 5 seconds and start to study a little bit, you can pick up new habits that are going to help propel you into the future. But you got to discipline yourself. You got to sit down and do it. Here's the third thing. You got to have accountability. Accountability partner can help you propel you to the future, propel you to making great accomplishments. Like, for example, sometimes we got to go to the gym, and if you're working out by yourself, if you just want to hit that snooze alarm and just lay in bed or whatever, you can kind of do that. But if you know that somebody's at the gym waiting for you, i.e. a trainer or your friend or something like that, it makes it a little harder to write them off because you know that they're at the gym waiting on you. So having an accountability partner can definitely help out. Super important. Okay, now the third thing that I was talking about, and this is something that a lot of people don't look at, is energy. Energy is so important to have because if you don't have energy, it's hard to do anything. So you have to make sure that you're healthy. How do we make sure that we're healthy? Put the pop down. Stop driving through McDonald's. Take your vitamins, those types of things. Everybody knows what to do. It's just, do you have the discipline to do it? Here's the thing. You got to set yourself up to know exactly what you're going to do throughout the day that makes it a little bit easier for you to achieve. Break it down in small bits. If you know that you're going to go to McDonald's or you have a job that's something hard, maybe prepare your food the night before. So that way you have something or an idea. Or look at restaurants and see what they serve and then only order those specific things. But you've got to make sure that you're getting in the right nutrition. I don't believe in fast food all the time, but I even eat it myself. But it's not like something that I want to do every single day. You got to make sure that your body's getting the right nutrients. Make sure you're drinking enough water. And you got to make sure that you're sleeping at a right time. Setting yourself up and going to sleep is extremely important to maintaining the same type of energy levels that you would like to have in your youth. So make sure that you're going to bed on a regular schedule. This will help you wake up at a regular schedule. This gives your body the type of rest that it needs in order to sustain energy. So you got to have your good health, eating right, sleeping right. Those are all very important. Now let's talk about mindset. Your mindset. A lot of people can be healthy, eating the right things, but mentally, they are losing it. If they lose it mentally, that can take away and drain your energy. Depression sets in. All those types of things. And that's when people start going off on different tracks and doing crazy, wacky things. And I'm even guilty of that myself. And I want to say guilty because it's a mindset that if you let yourself wander down that path, it will get worse. You need to make sure that you are checking your mindset. This way, you're putting the right things in your mind. When you start feeling like you're getting depressed or something, start focusing on things that you have control of, like calling somebody else and helping them out. Putting yourself out and serving other people takes your mind off of that wrong mindset. You got to try to help other people. But the other thing is making sure that you are putting the right things in front of your mind. If you're always watching like horror movies, and watching like gangster stuff and all the kinds of things like Scarface and whatever, that's not always the best things to be putting in front of your mind. Sometimes you just got to put in Bambi. Well, maybe not Bambi, but something that just motivates you. Listen to uplifting music, things that'll help pull you out of the depths of where your mind can go. I'll let you decide what depths that is, but don't stay there because that can take away your energy for sure. So have the right mindset. Number 3 thing on the right mindset is your environment. Now, your environment, this is something like your house. Like, how's your house set up? Are you organized? Are you detailed? Do you have your things laid out where they're easily accessible to you the next morning? If not, this can kind of be draining because right in the morning, you don't know what you're supposed to do. You don't have a game plan. It can zap your energy and you're kind of like just letting life just take you by. So in order to have another healthy and energy, sometimes setting yourself up the night before. My wife and I are always on the kids, like, get your stuff ready for school tomorrow. What do you got going on? Put your books and everything out. Let's get your homework done. Put everything laid out so that way the next morning, all they have to do is just get up and go through the steps. It's already laid out for them. They don't have to fight around or look around for different things to get ready. It's already right there. How important is that for us as an adult? Extremely important. So make sure that your environment is a place that will help you stay motivated, and also you don't have to think about where things are. So those are also a good idea to do. So to recap, you need goals. Of course, everybody needs goals. But you gotta have clear goals, clear destination. You gotta make a plan for every step of the way. And then 2 or 3, you gotta have a deadline. The next thing you gotta have is discipline. You gotta do what you're supposed to do even if you don't feel like doing it. Period. That's it. End of story. Even if you don't feel like it, you gotta do it. Number 3 on that is you gotta have sacrifice. Sacrifice is super important. Making sure that you're gonna give up certain things in order to achieve certain things. And then you gotta have accountability, which is also extremely important. Have a partner or somebody that can help keep you on track, which is something major. Okay? And like if you come to the dojo, you'll have me yelling at you or barking at you or whatever. I'm your accountability partner. So let's do those push-ups. Let's get your squats in. Let's do what we need to do. Does that make sense? All right, good. And the last thing is energy. You gotta have energy. If you don't have energy, if you're walking around dragging your feet all the time, I mean, look at your diet. Look at your diet. Number 1, look at your diet. Are you slugging back the cheeseburgers, drinking the beer at night? I mean, what are you doing? Pizza all the time, eating these cookies? I mean, the holidays, yeah, I got the holidays. But, you know, what are you doing? The food, your gut is not healthy. You're not going to be healthy. Your gut is where all your nutrients are absorbed, man. And if your gut is clogged up with some stuff, you're going to be sick. And I'll have to tell you about that at another time. Anyway, you got to make sure your health is good. Number 2 on that is you got to have the right mindset. Remember, don't let yourself go into depression. If you're like, oh, I'm depressed, but I'm watching, you know, horror movies and, you know, the Saw series and whatever, and you're like, man, I just don't understand why I'm not feeling good. And all I listen to is like, you know, gangster rap and hate music or whatever you listen to. You're probably not going to be in the right mindset. So you got to change your music a little bit. You know, listen to something else that kind of brings you out of that. And then the last thing is your environment. You got to set yourself up for success. If you don't set yourself up for success, if your house is disorganized, your room is disorganized, I mean, everything is crazy. And I'm just as guilty of myself. I do this a lot, and it's something that I'm continuously working on. But you got to set yourself up for success. And I'm so blessed to have a wife that sets me up for success because she keeps me on point, let me tell you. All right, guys. So those are the major things that you got to have. Goals. You got to have discipline, and you got to have energy. I look forward to seeing you at the dojo. Thanks for listening to my rant. I'll see you soon.